Good morning, people. I'm doing a very loose kind of type of painting on purpose. Um, I usually don't do that. I usually do it more tight. I guess it would be called like, similar to, um, you know, I just not so exact. It is exact. At points it's exact, but the shading and all that is not going to be exact. And a few other things won't be exact when it comes to this painting. But yeah, so it'll be more loose, and these are the two cowgirls. That's that one, and that is the other one, and it's getting a perfect shadow on it. So this is the front part of the cowgirls, and this is the back. The back view. You know, so yeah, it's just more freeing, I think, that I can see. When it comes to these paintings. Also, I did want to show you. Hello, Mr. Dragon. I also wanted to show you the tattoos. So they're healing. Of course, they're kind of like scabbing up. So, and this is the I Ching hexagram number 2, which means earth over earth, right? And then I have 33, basically a master builder, master creator of his life, those kind of things, Not Mason wise, even though, some things are good when it comes to Masons, some things are not so good when it comes to Masons, but they are the founders, and they are definitely the ones that set up the institutions that run today. And honestly, would life be worse or better without these institutions? I would say life would be like it used to be back in the old days. Everybody for themselves, so or having small tribes, or small, villages and stuff like that. I think the world is a little more simpler and more easy. Would it mean that it would be any better? I don't really know. I never lived in the other times. It doesn't seem like it would be a little easier. I don't think we'd be able to do the things we do now without the structure that we exist in now. So, like, some people maybe came from Ireland and they didn't have a good, you know, or Scotland, whichever, and or English. Maybe they didn't have a good life over there because the structures, um, you know, weren't so good. Like, life wasn't so good there. There was a lot of warring, things like that, and just all this control, right? I think in some ways we have a lot better. In some ways we have a lot worse, because I do believe that when it comes to the structures now, they're pretty much in it for the money, not really, like a corporate overthrow of the government, basically, and they're in it for the money. And it's about controlling and siphoning people for everything they're worth, right? Even to your very last death, right? Because make them have a slow kill, slow die off, and then just take every ounce of their money at the end of their life, or the family has to pay in taxes and stuff like that. So it's all that system. That system's not good for people. But to make it easier and all that, convenient, we have paid for it. We are gonna pay for it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna pay for it. So some people would not want to live a struggle way. If go live off grid, that will tell you if you can handle being, without any kind of government assistance in any sort of way. I'm talking about supermarkets, stuff like that. So, I don't know. I see benefits and I see downfalls on both sides. You know, so be careful what you wish for because you might get it, whatever side you're on. All right. But here's some paintings I'm working on, and if you want to hear T and Terrell, uh, go with me over to the next video. So it could be anywhere, Instagram, um, it could be whatever, TikTok now, it could be Facebook, it could be YouTube. So any of those places. So I'm out, and I'm Mr. Dragon. Bye bye.